guys, you're welcome to Sing with Tara. And if this is your first time, you're welcome. If this is not your first time, you're welcome back. So on this page, like I always say, we try to understand, we learn together. So today what we are discussing is that. So first thing first, I noticed that when people hear that manipulation, the first thing that comes to mind is color combination. So that is the first part that I want to talk about today. So we are talking about a lot of things, but first we are talking about that and that manipulation and color combination. So stay tuned and let's learn together. So when we are talking about color combination, you can do color combination without that manipulation, and you can manipulate your that without necessarily combining colors. But what is common is that they combine color combination with that manipulation so that you will have a beautiful outcome, especially when you want to combine different colors or you want to do something unique or you want to play with colors. You can do that with that manipulation. So you use your that manipulation to create your style line. Then the style lines that you created in different pieces, then you use it to do color combination. Please don't get it twisted. That manipulation is different from color combination. You can do color combination without necessarily manipulating your dart. In fact, you can do color combination with just your waist dart and your any other dart that you put on your clothes and you combine colors. And you can do that manipulation without doing color combination. There are times that you see that manipulation in just a plain color. So they will use the dye manipulation to do probably um you know pleats, gathers, tops and all of that. But it is not it is confusing me. So it is not color combination because when you see color combination, the first thing that comes to your mind is that's manipulation. And I've seen a lot of classes online. And I'm sure that those schools they must have explained to their students. But then with that we are watching or someone that's not gone for upgrade, you just think that whenever you see all those different colors and all of that stuff, it's definitely that manipulation. That manipulation is bigger than color combination. Do you understand? Okay. Right. Let's explain that manipulation. Right? Say that manipulation. There are different ways you can manipulate your data. So you can transfer your data and you can eliminate your data. Do you understand? So today let's talk about that transfer, and that transfer you are using it to create style lines. So you get the idea behind those clothes that have color combination, like they use that manipulation to do color combination. That is what I want to explain today. So now in that kind of situation, sometimes they use these two techniques to arrive at that beautiful piece that you used to see. Do you understand? So let's say this is your block. Let's say this is your block. Let's say this is your block, your gown block. Do you understand? So now this is what we want to do that manipulation on, and we now combine colors. Do you understand? So now this ideally when you draft your clothes, you have your dart, your waist dart. You have your waist dart here. And normally you have your bust dart too. You shall get what I'm trying to say. You have your bust dart and you have your waist dart. And note when you want to do color combination or that manipulation that it is asymmetrical. That means what you have on one side is not the same as what you have on the other side. You are going to draw a full block like this. So that's how they get those beautiful pieces that you used to see online. When you want to draft it, normally we draft our piece like this, like this and this, and like this. So this is half block, this is a full front block. So when you want to do it, you draft your full front block. But that's not where we are going. I just want you to understand what is going on here. So let's say this is the bust dart and this is the waist dart. I just want to show you the secret that is there, so that when you are probably you are watching the video and they say, you now transfer, you now close this, you now close it. Some people they use their block, their method of drawing body block, they will have a shoulder dart too. All those Natalie Bray method of drafting, they will have shoulder dart. So if you want to get it, all this that the waist dart, the bust dart, and the shoulder dart, you see that they are pointing towards the bust. They are, bust is around here. This is where you have your bust on a person. So everything is pointing towards the bust. So now, if you want to do that kind of manipulation, you are going to work with the apex. That means your bust point. When you are drafting your clothes, on your bust point, you come in by your nipple to nipple measurement. Nipple to nipple measurement. That's where you will now draw this one and all of that. Okay, you get. So everything that you want to do, we have to come to this apex. All this, they must meet at this apex. That is when you can work with that's when you can work with your dart, because if they don't meet, there is no way you can manipulate the dart. So now, when you want to manipulate the dart, whatever style line that you are drawing, what will make it easy for you to manipulate is that style must touch this apex point. Let's say this is the apex of this cloth. So this point is the nipple to nipple measurement of the bust line. So anything that you are doing has to pass through this point. That means if you want a style that will just come like this, so something must cross this place. Then you can now use this to do any other thing that you want. Do you understand? So when you cut this place open, probably when you're cutting your pieces on paper, we're going to do practical on that one. That's it. When you now cut up to this point, you can now close. We have done. I don't think I've done it on this channel. But I'm sure I must have done it. I'm not sure. There is what we call that transfer, and so you can now transfer all this that inside this style line. When you cut this space open like this, and you close this space, you notice that once a space will open here, that means this that has come inside this space. When you close this space, probably this will open more. Then this that has already entered into this. So you cannot use this one to create a style line. Do you understand? This waist that one is easy. You can actually eliminate it on the waist. You just eliminate your waist dart. That's the easiest method that you can use for the waist dart. So when you eliminate the waist dart, you know that you probably have your shoulder dart and your bust dart, and that will be very easy for you to work with. So let's redraw. Let's assume that we have removed our waist dart. Don't mind my working. So let's assume we've removed our waist dart. So what we have left is the bust dart, this one, and the shoulder dart, this one. So this one like this will be very easy for you to work with. That is why for me I prefer eliminating the waist dart. There are ways you can do is that you not even eliminate this waist dart. Use it to do, you make a style line with it. But for easiest method, just eliminate it, and you know that you can now focus on these two that. So once you want to draw your style line, whatever style you want to do, just make sure that it is passing. I said this will meet at the apex for easy manipulation. It must meet at the apex. So whatever you are doing, just do it in a way that it will cross this part. It's like that transfer. It's like you are making a path for another dart so that you can close this. So assuming you are bringing it from here, it crosses here. You cannot take this one anywhere you want. So let's say you now do it like this. Once you cut your paper up to this point, this place you can close it. You can close this one too. So you know that when you now finish, what you will have is something like this. I don't know if you can see it. So what you will have is, let's say you have now closed it that. What you will have is something like this. This is what you will have. So when you now cut it, you have closed this that. You have closed this other that too. What you have on the clothes is this. So when you now combine colors, let's say you use this place as lilac, you use this place as purple. Nobody will now know that, because the normal that you are used to is the one that is coming to this place, and the waist that they will not see waist that, they will not see the shoulder that, they will not know that the two that are inside this place. So that is the secret of this that manipulation, if you get. So now let's say this one too, you shall look for a style, you say okay, another one will come like this. Wherever it's coming from, let it meet here. So once you are now cutting, you cut, you cut up to this point. When you get to this point, you'll be able to close this one, you'll be able to close this one. Do you know in the rule of that, to close it that you open another one, you open it that you close one. So now let's say now in this case, you're opening this, you're opening a that like this, for instance. So now you now close this one, you close this one. Let's say you have closed it and you finish the style like this. So you have closed it. So let's clean this up. Let's clean this up. Those ones that we are cleaning up, that means that we have closed it. You now see that okay, you use lilac here, you use purple here, now use lilac here. Where is the dart? There is no dart on this, but there is a dart. The dart, two dart has entered into this style line. Another dart has entered into this style line. That is why nobody is seeing any dart. So this now, you cannot combine colors to say, okay, I'm having 3 parts, 1, 2, 3. So these 3 are going to be in different colors. Let's say white, blue, and any other color that you want to do. So you cannot do color combination with that manipulation. And if you don't want to combine colors, you can just cut it like this. You just cut it. Let's say this thing, everything you want it in black. You cut it like this. You just see that a style line is coming like this, a style line is coming like this, and you don't know what happened. You just think they are just cutting clothes in different patches, or how do I say it? But they are trying to manipulate the that. They now put this that inside the style lines. You now see that the cut is like this, they cut one like this. You see style line. You don't know that that is inside this place. So that is the basics of that manipulation. When you want to manipulate your that, make sure that you draw. If it is asymmetry, that means what is on one side is not what is on the other side. Make sure one, that you draw a full front block, not half. Secondly, make sure that they are meeting at the apex. They are meeting at the apex. You see, once you get this two, you now can draw. And again, okay, let's assume you're having a shoulder that for you people that used to draw all this standard, all this block that have shoulder that. So this one too we need for easy work for you, because if they don't meet, there's no way. And again, if this one did not meet, let's say normally, if this one did not meet, because there's a way you can like bring the line down to come and meet, but let's say it did not meet, it's here, it's stopping here. That means whatever style line that you are drawing, one can still come like this and come across this. Once you cut this one up to this place, you'll be able to close this one. So that means this dart will enter this style line. You'll close this one. And this one, so whatever you are doing, make sure that probably another one can now come like this. Once you all cut it up to this point, you'll be able to close this one. So you have something like this. So as many style lines as you want, that is what you can do. There's no limit to what you can do with that manipulation. So now, once you are done with that one, if you want to eliminate this way, start eliminate it. If you don't want to, you can even use this to draw a style line. Let's say you come like this. Once you start cutting, cut up to this point, you can close this one. If you cut up to this one, up to this point, you can cut this place off. So when you are joining back, you just close it. Do you understand what I just did here? So when you are cutting, you are cutting like this. You just follow this line, like this, like this, like this, like this. So let's say this one, so something's coming from here, like this. So once you get to, let's say it's coming like this, it's going to meet like this. So once you cut this place, once this one like this is coming like this, this part, all this part like this is one side. So once you cut up to this point, you can close this place. So this one, when you want to cut this middle one, once you are cutting it, if you want to cut this one, you now cut it like this. What have you done? You have excluded this place, you cut this place off, and you close it back. You join these two lines, you join it back. When you are cutting this one, when you are cutting this other part, you come like this, you come like this, come like this, come like this, you cut it. And when you want to cut this side, you come like this and you cut it. So you are excluding this place. When you want to join it, you join this place back. So there is no limit to what you can do with that manipulation. So now let's go to the practical part so that I will show you a little bit of what you can do with your data. Okay.